Hello, beautiful people. Mwah. How are you on this gorgeous Sunday? I decided to tune in a little bit earlier today because I'm actually going to do a switch off Sunday for the afternoon where I get off all social media and I'm just going to tune in and spend some time with my own heart. Thank you for being here with me. I really wanted to express my gratitude for you all on this gorgeous day 4 of self-expression. So self-expression for me is something that is so deeply rooted in my being, and I want to express my immense gratitude to the gorgeous women. Oh, I've got 2 live. Say hello, ladies, so I know who it is because it's not showing up until after. Mwah. Thanks for being here. So I wanted to express my immense gratitude to all of the beautiful women in this space, but I also wanted to express my gratitude to the women who are showing up and being seen and being present and expressing themselves and their journey throughout this. It is a really bold and courageous thing to be able to do. And I just want you to know that each person or each time, hey Haley, each time that you express yourself in this 14-day and be really courageously vulnerable to these beautiful women in this space. Hey Ash, you are being seen and you're being witnessed and you're being heard, but each woman is learning off you. For me, radical self-love is a vessel. It's a she. I just channel it. It's not mine. It's just a way for me to be able to express something and consciously co-create a collaborative sisterhood where we can all learn off each other. That is what the true expression of this space is. So I just want to say thank you so much for showing up in the space, because it's really beautiful to witness each of you growing into more truth and a more intentional expression of how you feel, how your body feels, and who you truly are, and feeling safe to express it in this space. So, deep gratitude to you all. So, self-expression. Isn't it such a beautiful thing? It's something that just brings me deep down into my core, and it's something that I personally have struggled with over time, and I feel it's something that's deeply rooted from when I was a child, as many of us as well. And what I witness is a lot of women really struggling to express who they are, what they want, what they need, and from not being able to express that, a lot of the time we can not get our needs met, we can feel like we're not heard, and we can feel like we're not seen. So what I've learned on my journey personally is that the deeper I connect to myself, the deeper I connect to my own heart, and the deeper I connect to right in here, what this little girl is saying inside. Not from a wounded space, but from a space of pure presence. What needs to be heard, what needs to come out. But being able to express that, whether that's through any type of creativity, whether that's through journaling. Journaling has been one of the biggest things for me, because it's a really beautiful way that when you're not sure of how you feel, if it's like a heart-mind-gut conflict, or if it's a heart-mind conflict, you can actually get it out on paper and then figure out what's going on. It's a massive pattern of mine that I get caught in my own head a lot of the time, and I have to always bring it back to me. And what I've learned is, over time, instead of having to actually express all the time to somebody else, I bring that externalization back and bring it back into my own heart and actually figure it out myself, because we always have the answers. We always have our own answers. And when we actually realize the innate power that is within us, that we always know, sometimes we're just not willing to see it, or we're not willing to look at it, or it may be uncomfortable to feel that. It just changes the dynamic and the relationship you have with it, that you have with yourself. And that relationship with self is so important, because if you can truly express to yourself and be honest. Like, be honest. And some of those things are going to be uncomfortable. There may be a wounding that you have a particular pattern that you haven't been willing to look at, but this space has given you the awareness to look at it from a really beautiful way, to know that we're all going through this. So being able to journal it out, and as you continue over time, just having this deep knowing and working through it yourself, and consciously working through it in a way that is really practical for you, and that gets you out of here and back into here, drops you deep into your womb. It changes everything, because then you can actually articulate that, not from a space of reaction where you're projecting your stuff out of fear. You can actually respond to that in a way that's really compassionate and really loving, and communicate that in a way that not only supports your growth and your healing, but if it's a conflict with somebody else, or a self-expression that you need to express to someone with how you're feeling and you're worried about how they're going to take it, you can actually express that really compassionately and know that they're only going to react how they're going to react. So when you actually are so deeply rooted in knowing, in this deep knowing, this feeling, because of your self-reflection, because you're willing to go there, because you're willing to go there and do the work within yourself, it creates so much space, so much expansiveness, but also so much love, because you're giving yourself that love and that time to be aware of that and not actually project your stuff onto other people. A lot of the time we do witness that, and we're trying to fix situations, or we're trying to blame or judge other people, but always bring it back to you. What can you learn from it first? And then how can you compassionately express that, self-express that, whether that's to yourself or to the other person, in a way that you've grown and they could also grow if they so choose. I hope that makes sense to the ladies watching. And yeah, that self-expression is just vital in stepping into your power. As women, we are so powerful in what we can create in this world. And a lot of time we're just actually blocking it off constantly. We're constantly dimming our own light and stepping out of our own self-expression out of fear of someone having a different opinion, not willing to actually face our own stuff. And the deeper you go and the more you're willing to go into those uncomfortable places of yourself, the less you'll be triggered by people around you. This conversation that I'm actually saying could be triggering people when they watch it, or it could be right now. And that's okay. That is perfectly okay. Know that no matter what you're triggered by, there's growth there and there's a gift there. And same with the people that trigger you. We've got a beautiful space of powerful women in this group. So, there's bound to be triggers. I've been triggered. I was triggered 2 days ago. And I reflected it back in and worked out what the trigger was. So it's beautiful to be able to do that. And I know there's growth for me in this space. Even though I'm holding the vessel of this space of self-expression for radical self-love, I am continuously growing through that. And I will tap into the opposite of self-expression, which is boundaries, which will be in a couple of days. But it's beautiful to witness each woman being able to express their own innate light and shining it out, and knowing that it's perfect the way it is. So it's really beautiful to have everybody express themselves and know that you can take that on or you cannot take that on. And that's the beauty of self-expression. It doesn't matter if they differ. It's not about judgment. It's about just loving that person exactly as they are and not trying to change them. Not trying to change them. Yes. Okay. So the next part of today that I wanted to share is about vision boards. So self-expression by being able to communicate is a really powerful way, and I love communicating, so that's one aspect of being able to express yourself really beautifully with your writing and journaling or poetry, whatever you decide to do. But the other part is a visual aspect, so being able to express myself through vision, through pictures, through what I'm wanting to call in my life, I can express it out loud or I can express it through writing, but when I'm seeing it in a visual every single day, it's a really powerful manifestation tool to call it in when it's supposed to come in. And I actually want to share with you my vision board. I'm hoping my phone doesn't move. I'm just in my room today. So this is my current vision board at the moment. So I've got a few different things on here. I only changed this. This is the start of the year one, and mine kind of changes all the time. I have a couple of things that have been on there for a couple of years because I really love the wording. But this is just a little example of what I've got on there. So I've got places that I wanna go. I've got energy I want to call in. I've got words I want to call in. I got an aura reading done when I was at Crystal Castle not long ago, so I've got that on there because the colours in that represent my creative life force right now. This one's a big one for me. Feel sexy. Yeah, that's one I'm really trying to cultivate at the moment. So yeah, just like words and visions of how you want to feel, the energy you want to attract, the places you want to go. This is another powerful one for me. Take your pleasure seriously. So whatever gives you pleasure. But this is going to be different for everyone. Beautiful, seeing Ash posted a beautiful picture this morning, and then Em posted a picture of her vision board, so it's really powerful to be able to do that. But mine changes all the time. Like, that's just the current one. It'll probably change in a couple of weeks, to be honest. I'm always like, yes, new idea. So, you know, we're constantly fluently changing. Thanks, Hayley. I would love to see if you have a vision board too. Post a picture. But see, that is a self-expression of me right now. That is what I'm wanting to call in. So today I ask you to, you know, grab some magazines, print some pictures, go online, go on Pinterest and make a vision board. You can even make them online and actually put them as your back desktop screensaver. So that's a really cool way to do it as well. I do like pictures because I like putting it up in my room. But if you're on the computer a lot, that's also a really powerful way. But just really vision what you want to call in, because it's another way to express yourself. Just like your room. You can see part of my room at the moment. I've got books, I've got salt lamps, I've got trophies from years ago, I've got an elephant on the wall, I've got all my different things that are in my room because they're an expression of me. The clothes you wear are an expression of you. My expression of me right now is I've got an oil treatment in my hair, so, you know, don't mind me, but that's what I'm doing today. That's how I'm expressing myself. And I really felt cool to wear this colour today, so, you know, the colours you wear are an expression. And, yes, Hayley, I can't wait to see it. That will be beautiful. So, you know, who you are is an expression of you, your truth, your voice, your words, your visions, your manifestations, the clothes you wear, the food you eat, the way you carry yourself, the energy you carry yourself with is a self-expression of you. So I really ask you to feel into that. Like, how do you carry yourself? Are you carrying yourself in a way? Are you expressing yourself in a way? Are you showing up in the world in a way that expresses who you truly are, or are you hiding behind fear? Are you hiding behind fear of unworthiness, fear of not being good enough, fear of being unlovable? What fears are you hiding behind that you can't truly express yourself into this world? Because the world needs you. You have a unique essence that is needed on this planet, and if you're not going to be you, who is? What have I got here, Ash? Would love to know where the vision boards take. Ooh, okay, cool. Okay, let's feel into this. So sometimes when I feel I get blocked with doing vision boards, it can be because I'm in a place of uncertainty and I'm not sure what I want to call in. So it can take a little bit of time to navigate, and it can also be a little bit of fear coming up of if I put that on that board and that doesn't happen. You know, am I going to be disappointed? So This is from my experience, by the way. It's going to be different for everyone, but I'm just tuning in. So there's been things I put on my vision board before that, you know, haven't happened. And I know other people who have got things on their vision board and they've happened exactly how they put them on there. And what I kind of tuned into when I do that is a trusting myself and knowing that I am a powerful creator. And, you know, not everybody is visual, so you might be more of your art that you drew this morning, and that's okay, babe. Like, do whatever feels good for you, but express yourself in whatever way feels good. You might want to draw your things on your vision board and pop them up. Like, mine changes all the time. This is a new one. I usually have a big board with pictures of everything, with little pegs and stuff. So it changes all the time. This is just my current one. And yeah, tap in deeper to what you feel you don't want to vision or you don't want to see. What part of you don't you want to see or witness right now? Or what desires and manifestations do you have? And this is for all of you. What desires and manifestations do you have that you're not willing to embody just yet? Or are you fearful of putting out there? So I would encourage you, to turn that around and really tune into why you don't want to vision the things that you want to call into your life, because you are so deserving of those. We all are. We are all deserving of what we want to call in. And when we can activate into that level of self-expression, that may be just a part of self-expression that you haven't tapped into yet, which is a vision board. A lot of people haven't done vision boards, and that's perfectly okay. For me, they seem busy, and when I know what I want to call in, I won't come. Yeah, for sure, babe. That makes complete sense. So, you know, it may not be a full vision board. It may be that you have 6 photos of something that you've got in a beautiful frame. That's still a vision. Change it to adapt to what you need. And everybody really is different. If you want it to make it calmer, make it calmer. I'm very fiery, so I'm very activated in my Leo fire energy, and I've got a lot of solar plexus energy that just comes up and I want to express it. So for me, that board expresses where I'm at right now. But a year ago, my board was not like that. My board was very, very much tuned into how I was feeling, which was everything was very separate, which is where I was at the time. But it was just also very laid out very beautifully, because I'm all about that. But right now I've got so much creative life force happening. So much creative life force happening that this is it, baby. It's all happening. It's all happening. So, you know, also tune into who you are. Like, I know a couple of women here are very grounded beings. They're very earthy signs. So theirs will be very much more grounded. Whereas mine's like, fire, fire, fire. So you might be a water, so it might be a lot of flow in there. So whatever it is for you, tune into that and just express it. You might just have, as I said, 6 photos on a big vision board like that, and you might have 3 words that you want to call in for the next 3 months or for the next month, and change it every month. Whatever it is that feels good for you. So your vision is an expression of you, not an expression of me, not an expression of what anybody else is doing. And like the beautiful women that we are, we flow and ebb and flow at all different times. So I hope that helps. But the last thing I wanted to share, I wrote down a little bit of a note here because I really wanted to share something. But if you have any other questions while you're on, anybody? Okay, so the last thing I wanted to share is I want to ask you all, have you lent into the last 4 days? Have you lent into what radical self-love means to you? And by leaning into that, do you feel safe in this space to be able to express that? I absolutely love the co-creation and the connection that's happening in this space so far, but I also also feel there's a little bit of resistance from some women in the space, and I just would like to ask you, is there something that I can do to make you feel safer to express? Or is it something that you're working through? And yeah, or is there a way that I can communicate that would make you feel safer in being held in that space? I know within myself I can get really excited about things, which can be really intimidating for people. So I just wanted to ask, is there a way, or is there something that you need, or a boundary that you need, whether that's from me or within the space of radical self-love, that would support you in feeling safer to express? Or is it more a block or a trigger within yourself that you're working through? So I would love, love, love to know your self-expression of that and what's coming up for you in the first few days. So yeah, let's talk about it. So anyway, darling sisters, I'm going to switch off for the afternoon, so I will respond to anything either later tonight or tomorrow when I start again, because I am going to spend a little time with me. Thanks, Ash. Yeah, it's all about self-awareness. I'm learning so much from you all just being in this space. So, the growth and the journey. We've got to love it. But yeah, please reach out to me if there's a way that I can support you in feeling held in this space. This is what leadership is. This is what this vessel is. And I would love, love, love for you to feel safe in a group of women, to be seen for all that you are. So vision it, baby. Write it down, journal it, do whatever feels good for you to express that. I am going to enjoy my tech-free afternoon. And I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I might go for a walk. It's not raining today, so I might go for a walk, or I might... I've actually got a lot of stuff to journal, so I'm going to dive deep today. I'm going to dive really deep. So lots of love to you all, and enjoy day 4. Enjoy self-expression. Let me know new ways that you are expressing yourself, whether that's dance or like movement. See, it's all connected. Everything to do with these 14 days is just radically connected, and it's incredible. So anyway, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Oh, beautiful Debbie, hey. I'm finishing up now, but you can watch the replay. Mwah. Thanks for joining, and I will see you all on day 5. Mwah. Happy Sunday.